Welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport.
So another week, and more motorsport to cover. And this week we have a very meagre selection to look at, with NASCAR, WRC and DTM all entering their final stages. We have something in there to discuss. Maybe? I don't know. So with that said, subscribe, like and leave a comment, and also follow me on Twitter. So with that said, now let's begin. So starting with the final round of DTM, a wet Hockenheim ring that produced such exciting racing in Formula 1 just a couple of months ago, and surely even DTM can make something happen. Well, not really, but the Super GT cars joined the fun for this weekend. They were at the back of the field and only Button was really on camera. So what happened in race 1? Well, Block's door came open and he had to pit earlier than planned to get it closed. Jenson Button was running in the top 10 in his Honda. Engel and John Cadella both broke down and a safety car came out. Have to say, the Indy style restarts are kind of cool. They should do it in Formula 1. At the restart, Aberdeen and Fittipaldi got together and Aberdeen spun. Whitman and Rast would fight for the lead, but in the end Rast would win from Whitman with the Super GT cars 9th, 14th and 18th. Race 2 was even wetter, and the front runners went 4 wide at the start, but Nick Cassidy's DTM debut ended in the barriers on lap 1. Probably wasn't worth the trip over from Japan. The only real moment of excitement was John Cadella's Aston Martin bursting into flames and bringing out the red flags. The race restarted and Whitman hit someone in the pits, giving him a penalty and ending his pursuit of second in the standings. Rast led after the stops, but with one ride and Miller would take the lead and win from Rockefeller with the Super GT cars at the back. Muller will be racing in Formula E and DTM next year and could be a competitor in both. And the DTM cars will get one more run out in Fiji this year for the final Super GT round in a few weeks' time. WRC from Wales, and Petter Solberg returned for a final time. Racing a Volkswagen Polo in WRC2, Timo Suunanen would end up in a ditch before Lappi rolled his Citroen out, followed by Latvala wrecking his Toyota in a bush. Craig Breen would also roll on day 3 but have a soft landing in a shrub and continue on his way. Elflyn Evans had a good rally, and if it wasn't for his 40-second delay on the first day, he would have finished second. He always does well in Wales. In the end, Tanak won from Neuville and Ogier. Only 2 rounds left. Tanak has a healthy lead ahead of Ogier, and he only has to finish both rallies to end the run of Sebastian's winning in WRC. And Solberg enters retirement with a 10th place and final WRC point. What a career he had. We will take a look at his career at some point in the near future, so remember to subscribe if you want to see that. Finally, NASCAR from Dover, and a couple of playoff winners ran into trouble at the start. Joey Logano didn't even make the start and would run more than 20 laps down the whole race. And Chase Elliott would retire 10 laps in. William Byron would retire later in the race, and Hamlin would win stage 1. But would be infuriated with Logano after the back marker refused to let him through in stage 2, letting Truex through to win that stage. At the end, Kyle Larson would win, his first of the year mind, from Bowman and Truex, heating up the race for the final 8 with only a couple of rounds of the final 12 left. It's so confusing in reality. Just have to take their word on it, I suppose. So that's everything, not a lot to talk about, but we have Formula 1 from Japan next weekend, as well as the Bathurst 1000, supplemented with a side of NASCAR and the final British Touring Car round. So with that said, subscribe and have a great week.